Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are still chums. Yeah, it was very similar for Orange too. We were 12 and so same age as you guys, and we
Yeah.
all developed a interest in music pretty much the same time. And for us, it was like Blink-182 and Sum 41 were basically like all of our two favorite bands. So we, initially Orange was just two bassists, and in our vision, that's how we were going to keep it. Was I was on bass and Mike was on bass, and that's who I started the band with. And we spent months writing songs about like Furbies and our crushes in high school. One of the titles was Spanish Eyes and a Mexican Ass. So we just honestly had no potential whatsoever when we started. It was truly
That's
terrible.
amazing, man.
The thing
That's
that
like,
kept us going was, we had the passion.
yeah.
So what happened was we were like, oh, I suppose we better get a guitar player, and my mum's best friend had a son named Jack who I had met a few times, and he had just started playing guitar, so he came in and we played Hitching a Ride together, and just two basses and a guitar, and after that I was like
Mhm.
bingo. So that was amazing. So
The Green
we
Day song, is
continued.
that right?
What was it?
Is that Green Day? The Green Day song?
Green Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we continued as two bassists, a guitarist for just a three piece for still more months after that. And after a while, we're like, oh, we should probably get a drummer. We did have a drum machine that we hooked up to an amplifier that was just like boom ka boom ka boom ka. And my crush at the time, her brother was in like the marching band at school. And
Right.
so oh, that'll do. And then I'll
Mhm.
have an excuse to hang out with my crush more. And he was only in the band for like 2 months, and he was truly terrible. Um, just
Did you get the
didn't.
girl though?
What was it,
Did you get the girl though?
dude? That's a whole other story. Ultimately, no.
Right.
Many other of my male friends did, though.
Right. Okay.
um, so eventually, we found another drummer through Mike's high school, and he didn't work out. And then we found a drummer, Zach, through my high school. And at this time, we were still only about 13 years old. And the drummer, Zach, he was 11 or 12 when he joined Orange. And then uh, probably 2 years later, we had a record deal with Hellcat. So it all happened so
It's
young and
crazy,
so
man.
quickly. But it's one of those things where like you can't analyze what it was that made it successful, because we put out this three-song demo and it had the songs Know Us for the Weekend, Ghetto Blaster, and Orange on it, which were all from our first record.
Mhm.
And it was just one of those things. We put it out. 2 months later, we started, doing some gigs, and they were just all fucking packed. And we're like, where the hell did all these people come from? How did they hear about us? Where did they get the demo? Because they weren't just friends. They were
Yeah.
all kids our own age, and it was like it just had magic pixie dust on it.
That's
It was just
crazy.
a bit of magic. The stars aligned, and for whatever reason, we were like an LA buzz band, as they called it back then.
Yeah.
And then we had a record deal. But the reason we signed with Hellcat was we had probably about seven other labels who wanted to work with us. So that, we were a hot ticket at the time. And even Hellcat's rival labels like Side One Dummy and Fat Wreck, they all wanted us too.
Yeah.
But Tim was very like, no, I'm going to sign them, so you guys back off. That's quoted.
Tim
He actually did say
Armstrong, is
that.
that right?
Hmm?
Tim Armstrong
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Rancid, yeah.
yeah,
So that is that his record label, Hellcat?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
been his record label
okay.
for I think 20 years now, maybe. So quite a long time, and they haven't been they weren't active for a long time, which is around about when our deal with them ended in about 2011 or so. And they
Mhm.
didn't really, they weren't functioning, honestly, for like, God, maybe what felt like 10 years. But then they signed the Interrupters, and they've done really well. And they signed Rat Boy, who are based in England, who are awesome. And they signed another band called Grade A, I think, or Grade 8, something like that. So
Mhm.
they're back on track, but they took a very long hiatus. So we were without a label for many years now. Still are, DIY, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah.